Today we're breaking down Cleveland quarterback Dillon Gabriel, who faces an upcoming test against the Pittsburgh Steelers. He started last week for Cleveland against Minnesota. 21-17 Vikings win in which Gabriel went 19 out of 33 for 190 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Did not turn the ball over. Looked fairly comfortable in the pocket in his first NFL start. You can see from the spray chart here from Next Gen Stats, he pushed the ball all around the width of the field at least. A lot of throws to his left. He's a left-handed quarterback. A lot of short and intermediate throws, almost no throws down the field. Nothing over 20 air yards. Gabriel's 5'11", doesn't have the biggest arm in the world, but he's accurate and he's mobile. And the Browns do a good job of integrating screens and boots and getting tight ends involved, but they're not going to be able to push the ball down the field with Gabriel. So let's take a look at some of the best of his performance against Minnesota and some areas where he struggled. So Gabriel is at his worst when you confine him to the pocket. Again, just 5'11", doesn't have a real big arm, is not going to be a guy who's going to scare you throwing post routes and 9 routes. Here, Cleveland's going to run like a sail concept into the boundary to the 3 wide receiver side. And watch as Gabriel has to process this from the pocket. Minnesota gets a good little push there, and he's got to kind of airmail this thing out of bounds. This is not what Cleveland wants to do. They don't want to have to run a whole lot of straight drop back concepts. They'd prefer to get him on the move and be able to use his mobility and accuracy. This boot concept, for example, much more to Cleveland's preference with Gabriel at quarterback. All right, you're going to see him just take their tight end up here to the top of the screen, and they're going to use the tight end just to be able to pin the edge player right here. He's going to pin in the edge and then to back out into the flat, and Gabriel's going to roll with it. This is the kind of stuff the Browns want to execute. Use his mobility and accuracy, get him away from the pass rush, and get him clean sight lines. Here's another one. Cleveland's going to just fake the jet sweep. Here comes the jet sweep this way. This is going to pull the corner back and now running back out into the flat. And Gabriel's just going to be able to fake the jet and now dump the ball into the flat. Similar concept as the previous one, getting that running back out there. Tough matchup for linebackers when you have to honor the jet action. And Gabriel, as you can see, again, is mobile and he's accurate on the run. So this is the bread and butter, really, of what Cleveland wants to do with Gabriel at quarterback. The Browns are going to be big on the screen game with Gabriel in the lineup as well. I mean, this is just a little slip screen to the running back as he's going to work out there. Gabriel, smart. He'll draw the defense in. He looks it off and dumps the ball to the running back. A lot of screen action for Cleveland. A lot of easy throws here for Gabriel. Here's another one. Watch everything that's going on here. I mean, there's a whole lot of smoke and mirrors. You're going to get this like orbit motion and the receiver will come back. You're going to get a fake screen out there. Then you're going to get a fake swing screen over here. And it's all so that the tight end, David Njoku, can work back and they can just dump him the ball in the middle of the field. Again, lots of smoke and mirrors, lots of stuff for the defense to look at and process just so that they can just dump the ball down into the middle of the field on a tight end screen. Speaking of the tight ends, they are Gabriel's security blanket, particularly when you get into the red zone. In this game against Minnesota, David Njoku, Harold Fannin, the 2 primary tight ends for Cleveland, 13 targets, 10 receptions, both Cleveland touchdown passes. This is an easy one. They motion down like they're going to run duo. They're just going to fake here to Judkins, and Gabriel will get out into the flat. And here's Harold Fannin, and he's just going to late release into the flat, easy pitch and catch for a touchdown. Cleveland will integrate the tight ends in almost every conceivable manner in the passing game. Here's the touchdown throw to Njoku. I'll run this a couple of times because it showcases a couple of things. 1, again, they love tight ends in the passing game. 2, accuracy, man. One of the things that Coach Kevin Stefanski loves the most about Dillon Gabriel is his accuracy. Look at this ball into a tight window, right down the hash. Three defenders covering Njoku, and he puts it on the money. And the other thing is the processing. Gabriel's pretty good. Look at him. Look to his first read to his left. Doesn't like it. Comes back to his second read and throws an accurate ball. That's not something a lot of young quarterbacks can do. Get to that second read in the progression, but you'll see him do it several times. Here's another throw that showcases both his progression ability and his accuracy. Another play action, man, tons of play action, right? So you're going to see the fake run to Quinshon Judkins. He's trying to get this little slip screen to the wide receiver coming out the back door. It's not there. And then he's going to go to the next read in his progression and throw a really accurate ball. This is a beautiful throw to the wide receiver. I mean, he really puts it about the only place he can. Receiver just can't come up with the catch. But again, this is all the features of the Cleveland offense. Play action, mobility, accuracy, progression for Gabriel. Here's another one showcasing his accuracy. This is one of the few throws from the pocket that Cleveland made where it was just straight drop back, no play action, no boot, no nothing. 1, 2, 3, back foot hits. Pressure's in his face right away, but he makes a great throw here to the top of the screen to Njoku, puts it in really the only spot he can, up high and away from the corner. All of this pass breakdown is well and good, but really, what's Gabriel's best friend? The run game. Quinshon Judkins had a big game, over 100 yards against the Vikings. If you don't stop the run, Cleveland's going to be perfectly content to smash it at you, and you better fit it properly. I mean, you watch on this one, this is just a wide zone run to Judkins. There's Fannin, the tight end, kicking the backside, but you're going to see he's out of the screen right now. Watch the fill of the safety, who's really has to be the one to make this play because he's the unblocked defender. And as the safety fills, it's just a poor job of fitting this properly, and now Judkins is out the gate. Here's another one. This one actually winds up as a touchdown, but it gets called back on a penalty. I mean, this is just power from 22 personnel. Everybody's blocking down. You kick out. You wrap the guard up. And here comes up from the top of the screen, the unblocked safety again, fitting the run and doing it poorly. And he misses the tackle, and Judkins is out the gate, up the sideline, home run. And, again, comes back for a holding penalty. But if you're going to stop Cleveland's offense, this is the thing you have to take away first and foremost, the run game. They want to run the ball because that will then set up the play action and the boots and the stuff they want to do in the passing game with Gabriel. So what's the book on Dillon Gabriel? Well, he's accurate, he's mobile, he processes well, but he's also very inexperienced, and he throws a limited route tree. Cleveland's going to lean in heavy on the run game, on their screens and boots, and on trying to get the football to the tight end. So if you want to stop the Cleveland offense, those are the things you need to focus on.